about an impending life insurance crisis. Okay, so share that with our viewers. Tell us what you're worried about.
Okay. Unlike the world of whole life, I'm going to take you back to 1982, 1983. Life was very, very simple. There were two types of insurances. There was term insurance and there was whole life insurance. And both of those were guaranteed, as you know. Made life very, very simple. At that point, life insurance was simply a buy and hold asset. Things changed after 1983 when E.F. Hutton decided that they were going to bundle this insurance, and what happened back then is when interest rates were upwards of 14%, people set their trigger at that 14%. Well, over the years, as interest rates, of course, came down, nobody ever bothered telling the trustee, usually, as I say, the eldest son of the daughter, that insurance was not guaranteed and that that 14% rate that might have been initially pegged was starting to come down.
So, Henry, these policies that were sold in the 80s, you think a lot of people own these policies today and that they don't know what they own? Explain it in more general terms.
It's not that they don't know what they own. So many individuals are still under the impression that I could just take my life insurance, take it, put it in the bottom left-hand drawer, and forget about it.
So
Nothing to be further from the truth.
This? Who are the people that get impacted?
Well, back then, you had individuals that were purchasing life insurance when estate taxes were significantly lower. So if you had an estate of $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, you were, of course, buying life insurance and putting it in a trust. But the majority of the trustees, other than the institutional trustees, they had no clue. And by the way, the institutional trustees make up approximately 10% of the trust-owned life insurance.
John, do you see this as a potential crisis, and what are you guys doing about this issue?
Well, we don't really sell much universal life, so it's not, for us, it's not a big issue.
You think it's an industry issue?
So for our clients, you know, there probably are people that have to deal with it, and ultimately what it's going to require is to pay premiums to keep those policies from lapsing. But I don't know if it's, certainly wouldn't call it a crisis with all due respect. I think there's probably pockets insurance trusts where they need to put some more money in to keep those policies above water. But, you know, in many cases, insurance companies have done a lot to keep those policies from lapsing.
Well, with all due respect, I find that many of the sons and daughters haven't a clue.
Right.
And again, keep in mind that back then, when universal life insurance became the darling of the insurance industry, it became that because it was significantly less expensive.
Right.
Now, Limmer tells us that 86% of the population doesn't buy life insurance simply because it's too expensive.
Right.
So you have an awful lot of people that just simply aren't aware. And over a 20, 30-year period, all of a sudden when you try to make up the fact that you haven't paid the proper premium and the trustees didn't know that they should have been increasing the premium, I believe you do have a problem.
So Henry, it sure goes to, though, the importance of having a trustee that knows what they're doing, managing it. And oftentimes when you pick Uncle Joe or Aunt Jane, you are potentially setting yourselves up for a situation like that. That's why we encourage all of our clients, if you want to name a relative as a trustee, make sure that you have a successor trustee that's a corporate trustee that can really step in and take care of things.